Welcome to Wild Bill's Breaks, the long-awaited 1986 Donruss wax box. Let's roll. Got 12 cards. How many per box? Cards per pack. 36. So another one of those giant amount of cards from junk wax era. And you see it is an actual wax wrapper here. True to its form. Junk wax, there's the Hank Aaron puzzle piece right there. One in each pack. And Carlton Fisk, Hall of Famer. There's the Hank Aaron puzzle piece card. Junk wax supposedly started in 87, went to about 93. Varies on, who you ask, what sets you're talking about. But that's when cards were mass-produced. Subset explosion occurred. Just flooded the market with cards. I mean, that's why here, even some nearly 40 years later, there's Ozzie Smith. I can still crack open a box of these. Two big pulls in this one. We're looking for Jose Canseco and Fred McGriff, Crime Dog. Pack's a little dirty on the back, but doesn't seem to have affected the quality of the cards at all. Cards are in good shape as I'm taking them out. See how many puzzle pieces I can get here. Maybe my son will want to throw that together. Wade Boggs. He'd been playing for several years at that point. Tony Gwynn. One of my personal favorites. Roger McDowell, a famous Seinfeld episode. Is that his rookie card? Let's see here. Looks like he must have worked as a reliever then. 62 games back in 85. Okay. Not sure if that's a rookie or what. There's Doc Gooden. Reared in Canadian Greats. He had to make his own Canadian Great card. The Expo's no longer in existence. Put him along with Brian Smith, his teammate. Expos went on to become the Nationals in 2005. Checklist. There's Molitor. There's Tom Browning, Mr. Perfect. One of his earlier cards. Not a rookie, but still. Good to see Tom Terrific. Fritz Saberhagen. Pedro Guerrero. Like I said, not a whole lot as far as rookies. Ben on that corner there. There's Reggie. Back when he was with the A's. Not the A's, but the Angels, rather. He was with the A's at some point. I think that must have been after that season. There's Kirk Gibson. Of course, I mentioned the Gimpy home run in '88 World Series Game 1. There's Murray, Eddie Murray. If we can pull multiple Cansecos and McGriffs would be nice. I think this is a pretty big set. Really, 600-ish. Before there's Ricky Henderson. He's looking happy to be there. Pete Rose, King of Kings. I think the Lord might have something to say about that, but we'll leave that between the two of them. Let's see. Yeah, probably about 600, 700 cards before Donruss being the first to do a series. Series 1 and 2. They had done update sets since, early 80s, but Series 1 and 2 didn't happen until 91, I think, with that set. And Donruss was just, the height of the junk wax era. Not only mass-producing quantities of cards overall, but the set itself. Dale Murphy, is that a rookie? No, still. There's George Brett, looking pretty bummed to be there. There's Cal. Put him with his teammate. There's Keith Hernandez. Of course, you'll know Keith Hernandez from that famous Mets Phillies scuffle with Newman and Kramer. Went on to be pals with Jerry for a bit. I think that was, what, a 2-episode arc he was in. Dated Elaine. Only to find out it was an earlier card, Roger McDowell, who had been the spitter on the grassy knoll who hit Kramer and Newman. There's Ken Griffey Sr. Andres Galarraga, rated rookie. So that was another minor pull. Looks like it might have a blemish right there under his eye, but still rated rookie. Let's leave that up here in a minute. There's another Canadian greats, Jesse Barfield. It's like they're trying to do a Diamond King send up there or something. Had to acknowledge the Canadians. Now they only have representation in one team. So Jose Cruz Sr., his son would go on to play as well. There's Yunt, Willie McGee, Darryl Strawberry. Not a rookie, but early on in his career. Yeah, see only 2 more seasons on the back of that. Harold Baines, Jack Clark, there's Sosha. Would go on to coach the Angels. Yeah, a little bit of dirt. I wonder if what that's. It looks more like dirt, even chocolate. Dave Winfield, Mookie, part of the Miracle Mets. There's a first hit. There's McGriff. Card looks to be, corners look great. A little bit, nope, and that was just a little bit of debris on his chin there. So we're looking good. I like our odds there. Seeing if we can get another one of those bad boys, along with the captain of all steroids, Mr. Jose Canseco. Or as my cousin used to say when we were kids, Jose can you see by the dawn's early light. I guess you gotta have the right audience. That's Pete Rose, 41.91 and 41.92, going up against Ty Cobb. I believe my friend down the street actually was in attendance of that game. The 41.92. I got Canadian as well. Yep, so Wrigley Field. Might have been the 41.91, I believe. Regardless, it's an achievement. I don't think anyone's going to break. I don't know if ball players today will just have the longevity like they used to. Like this guy right here, Mr. Nolan Ryan. He pitched for, what, 225 years? Yeah, he's 60s through the early 90s or mid 90s. Ryan still going. Ryan Sandberg. Let's go ahead and get that McGriff, the crime dog, in a one-touch here. Don't like him being exposed to the elements any longer than he needs to be. Remember, most of his cards I remember seeing later on with the Padres. Remember, I was getting most of his cards. So happy to get that first hit. And again, hopefully it won't be the only one here. Looks like we're getting some repeats. I'm seeing the correlation is pretty spot on compared to another pack we had earlier. There's another Galarraga. Take that. There's Donnie Baseball. No mustache there. And hopefully he will trim up those sideburns right there. Mr. Burns is not a fan. Kicks him off the team. Oh, that's 2 packs together. I was like, is there a relic in this? Game use? There's Kirby Puckett. There's Mike Schmidt, Dayton native. Kirby Puckett, 2 World Series under his belt. Unfortunately passed away before his time. He's not that old. I think he was maybe his 50s. He was a staple of my early collecting. We're seeing Browning again. There's Saberhagen. I think we're gonna... There's Tony Perez, Diamond King. I remember having that. I must have bought it at some point when I was a kid. So, yeah, seeing some repeat offenders here. Alright, we're about maybe a little over halfway through the box here. See if Canseco is going to make us sweat here looking for his appearance. Both the McGriff and the Canseco about the same price raw. I think they're going for about 15 bucks. And really, beyond that, I don't think there was much, at least today, there's not much further value to their cards. You know, back in the day, you'd keep your eyes out for both of them. But now I think the only thing with any value is really the 2 cards I'm chasing right now. Excuse me. Just lingering cough for, God, since back before Christmas. It's so annoying. Winter weather getting probably everybody down. There's another Nolan. Everyone at work is sounding somewhat similar. Miserable weather here. I mean, the sun was out today. It was gorgeous, at least in that regard. But just bitter cold here in Ohio. Tom Seaver, White Sox. Oop. I need a bigger table. I don't know if you can tell from this video. Of course, I crop it out. This isn't the biggest table in the world. There's Pete Rose, manager and first base card. He looks thrilled. Yeah, that was before he first downfall. This pack loaded with Reds here. We got Nick Asaski, we got Bo Diaz, Dave Parker, I think Bo Diaz had the very bizarre distinction of being squashed to death by a satellite he was putting in, if I remember correctly. A very bizarre way to die. Trying to verify that here again recently. I'm sorry. Weird way to go. Of course, satellite dishes back in the 80s were these behemoths, you know, the size of your car in diameter. Now you just, you know, get a direct TV dish. It's the size of a dinner plate. Deserve to die if that takes you out. There's Mike Schmidt again. John Franco. Jose, can you see? Where are you? Do you not like my King of Steroids jab? Again, apologies for the coughs here. Was that Tony Perez again? It's laughing at us. We'll never find a Canseco. Jerk. So, I've got the schedule pretty much laid out for what I want to do with the channel here. I'm going to go MLB Mondays, way back Wednesdays, which is what we're doing now. There's a third Nolan Ryan. It's Dwight Gooden, looking very disgusted by whoever took his portrait there. And then on Saturday, Super Saturday, kind of come up with what the theme will be there. And I'm thinking maybe doing 2 videos. Carlton Fisk again. Yeah, I think this is a repeat of the first pack we pulled. Thinking of doing 2 videos. 1 football, whenever possible. And then just a grab bag. Get all these boxes sitting up on my shelf and I'm getting antsy here. There's Ozzie Smith and Brian Smith, on no relation. Looking pretty scary here. Where's Jose? Where are you at? Kirby. Mike Schmidt again. Dusty Baker. Probably more well known for his managing prowess. So many teams, including the Reds, back in the late 2000s, 2010s. There's the Pete Rose bigger than Jesus card again. I don't know if they thought that name out when they did that. That wasn't the only year they did that, though. I'm just messing around. They King of Kings there for several years. There's Griffey Senior. There's our third Galarraga. Galarraga's falling out left and right. We're down to our last pack here. Gonna need a little bit of last-minute magic. Let me, come on, Bob Ross. Get us a Canseco out of here. Bob Ross. Paintbrush pen. There's Pete Rose again. Don't think we're going to get it. There's Oil Can Boyd. Funny stories about him. Save for another time. This is the repeat of the pack that just loaded up with the Reds. So, no Canseco, unfortunately. It's a bit of a bummer. These boxes of 86 aren't too cheap compared to some of the others. But we did get the McGriff at least, and we got that early. And we've got 3 Galarragas. So, there's another good one. We got the Pete Rose card. We got Tony Gwynn. We got Cal. Over here in this pile. There's Hank Aaron. So, unfortunately, like I said, did not get the Canseco. We got 3 Nolan Ryans. So, it's a cow. Eddie Murray. Just this box, if I had to rate it, I'd give it like a B-. You know, was really thinking that with the amount of cards in this box that I would hit the Canseco easily, and maybe even multiples. But it's all about, you know, correlation of the cards as they come out and as they're packed. And I got the McGriff. So, happy about that. Maybe we'll do another one of these down the road when I feel up to going with that high price tag of 86 Donruss again. And as I look at it now, this is the Leaf version of this, which is what they used in Canada. Not the actual Donruss, even though it says Donruss on the Diamond Kings. But yeah, It's funny. It says Donruss on the box. If you can see that. Donruss on the box here and here. Yet each card is Leaf on the card. So the Canadian tribute's making much more sense now. Well, I'm going to go ahead and head out. Thank you for stopping by. We'll do Super Saturday here in several more days. I'm going to hit a card show. So I should have some good new stuff here. Get some new football stuff as well. Everybody have a good night.